this is how we're going to accommodate the million more people who are going to come and live in this city and work in this city. We need to have a first-class transportation network, and this is the way we do it.
The $135 million Broadway Lafayette Bleecker Street project was completed in September 2012. 5 elevators were installed, making both the IRT and IND stations fully ADA accessible. The Bleecker Street station was fully rehabilitated, and unique neon light artwork was installed. Furthermore, the northbound IRT platform was newly connected with the IND station. Before, only the southbound IRT platform had this connection. The 1904 historic wall finishes were refurbished, and similar finishes were added to the entire station.
Well, this helps us because I believe this gets us to 79th and 80th stations. We have a commitment to have 100 key stations system-wide with ADA access, and this gets us 79 and 80. So it's an important step for us.
The new Jackson Avenue vent plan protects the tunnel sections of the Queens Boulevard E&M lines, the Astoria R line, and the Crosstown G line in Long Island City, Queens. This new vent plant has been constructed to meet New York City Transit's latest design requirements. In order to run the 4 250 horsepower fans, which are capable of supplying or exhausting 500,000 cubic feet of air per minute, a 4,000 amp electrical service was installed. These 4 fans can be remotely controlled from either the Rail Control Center in Manhattan or the Hydraulics Maintenance Center in Brooklyn via fiber optic cables and New York City Transit's Sonnet ATM network.
The West End Line Station Rehabilitation Project includes the 9th Avenue Head House restoration. New fences with art panel gates were installed and the station was completely rehabilitated. There is a new passenger bridge over the tracks. There are new platform edge rubbing boards and tactile warning strips. Inside the 9th Avenue station, the mosaic tiles were restored and a new skylight roof was constructed with new station lighting. At the Fort Hamilton Parkway station, the south and north mezzanines were rehabilitated and new lighting was installed. 4 completely rehabilitated stations have new glass artwork panels, which are set in new porcelain enamel platform windscreens, and there are new stairs. At 62nd Street, the D to N transfer bridge was fully rehabilitated with new artwork and stainless steel guardrails. At Bay Parkway, there are new communication pedestals on the platforms. For accessibility for the disabled, 3 new elevators were installed. At all 4 stations, improvements were made for both customers and employees.
In June 2011, construction started at the Jamaica bus depot to build a new boiler plant with 2 gas-fired 250 horsepower boilers. The old boiler plant in the basement was dismantled and closed. A new gas meter room with new gas service was built. The 2 toilets near the inspection pits were renovated and one was made ADA accessible. The storeroom floor slab was replaced and an extension was added with new lights and heating. 8 new unit heaters were also installed across the shop floor to replace units that were beyond repair. The project was completed in September 2012, on time and within budget.
The project to replace copper cable in the Flushing Line Steinway tubes from Grand Central to Hunters Point Avenue was completed in December 2012. Early on, the existing ducts which were to be used for the cable were found to be badly damaged. Instead, new cable for emergency alarms and emergency telephones was installed on the existing signal messenger. A fiber optic cable was installed between Grand Central and Vernon Boulevard, giving continuous UHF radio coverage in the underriver tubes. At Grand Central and Hunters Point Avenue, telephone terminal boxes were relocated from manholes to communication rooms. Together, the CPM design and construction teams and the Department of Subways made the project a success.
The Culver Line Viaduct Rehabilitation Phase 3 project is bringing new life to this 80-year-old structure. Low vibration track along with modernized signal systems and track switches were featured. This work has enabled the implementation of communications-based train control and automatic train supervision. In addition, the underside rehabilitation is providing a major facelift to this structure, which consists of 88 spans supporting 4,500 feet of trackway. The work includes removing safety netting, rehabilitating concrete, repairing steel, and wrapping columns, bracings, floor beams, and girders with fiber-reinforced polymer.
The East 180th Street station on the 2 and 5 lines in the Bronx has undergone a $66 million restoration and upgrade. The station had been the flagship station of the New York, Westchester, and Boston Railway Company. The station house building has new red clay tiles, a stucco facade, and rehabilitated windows, as well as new landscaping outside. The station now has an automatic door, ramp, 2 elevators, and a reduction in the gaps between the train door sills and the platform edges, making the station fully ADA accessible. The station platforms have new edges and tactile surface tiles and new canopies and stairs. There's a rehabilitated dispatcher building spanning the 2 platforms used by rapid transit operations. Newly installed skylights bring sunlight to the mezzanine. The artwork by Louisa Caldwell represents 2 nearby New York City sites, the Bronx Zoo and the New York Botanical Garden. This artwork was commissioned by the MTA Arts for Transit program. The 2 elevators that were installed connect the paid side of the mezzanine to the 2 platforms. There is ADA signage and a customer information electronic screen.
370 J Street in Brooklyn used to serve as transit headquarters. Telephone, fiber optic, and data networks in the building connected it with the subway. Many active communication connections are still there, and today transit is constructing a new facility beneath the building in order to vacate the building and still use the active systems. New cable ducts are being built with a PBX telephone switch and the cutover of thousands of live circuits. This migration project is being constructed and managed by CPM, Subways, and TIS, and when completed, the building will be transformed by the New York University into its new Center for Urban Science and Progress.
New York City Transit's new Help Point system will provide its customers with a visible, user-friendly, and reliable means to contact transit personnel for travel-related or emergency assistance. Also known as the Blue Light Intercom, these devices are being strategically placed along station platforms, in mezzanines, and in control areas. For hearing-impaired customers, an induction loop assistive audio system is incorporated into the Help Point. The Help Point devices are being constructed at a local Long Island City factory. The central component of each Help Point is a rugged session initiation protocol phone. Customers appreciate the increased voice clarity and lowered response times directly attributable to these new digital audio devices.
The new Mother Clara Hale bus depot will replace an old bus depot that was built as a trolley barn in the 1890s. The new depot will have 3 floors for bus parking, fueling, and maintenance, and a mezzanine for offices, locker rooms, and support areas. The total floor area of the building is approximately 400,000 square feet. Piles, foundation, structural steel, and concrete floor areas have been completed with work on systems, the interior, and the exterior facade underway. The project is being developed in accordance with the United States Green Building Council guidelines. When complete, some of the environmentally sustainable features will be a green roof, solar wall, natural lighting, low-emission boilers, water-efficient fixtures, rainwater collection, a bus wash reclamation system, and will be New York City Transit's first LEED-certified bus depot.
The Backup Command Center in Brooklyn has been built to replicate the command functions of the Subway Control Center in Brooklyn. The new Backup Command Center reached beneficial use on November 30, 2012. It includes a main Motorola radio switch, a NICE recording system, the public address customer information system, the 6-wire communication system, the emergency booth communication system, and the Help Point intercom system. The radio switch controls the audio communications between the train dispatchers and train operators for the A and B divisions, and it is connected to 113 base stations throughout New York City. If Transit's Rail Control Center stops functioning, then Rapid Transit Operations will be able to use the Backup Command Center to perform its functions without any interruption.
In late October 2012, Hurricane Sandy devastated the New York City transit system, including 3.6 miles of track connecting the Rockaways to Howard Beach. Service has been suspended on the tracks, which are set on an embankment with water on both sides. During the storm, perimeter fencing was destroyed and ballast was washed out, undermining the tracks. 2 major breaches occurred. The receding tidal surge left docks, oil tanks, boats, and other debris on the tracks. The pole-mounted signal messenger cable was bent over, and signal, power, and communication systems were damaged. An emergency contract was issued to clean up and rebuild the tracks as Transit coordinated with state and federal agencies to expedite needed repairs. The breaches were closed, tons of debris have been removed, and tons of ballast have been deposited to rehabilitate the tracks. Damaged equipment and cables for the signals, power, and communication systems are being replaced. In-house forces have made major contributions of labor and material. Short and long-term solutions are being developed and implemented to stabilize and protect the tracks from future storms.